Hello world, welcome, or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. It's Monday, November 11th, 2019, and I'm back today with an R. Kelly story. And this one comes from thedailybeast.com, something that's never been heard before, so I thought I'd jump on here and bring it to you. And I'm going to just go ahead and read the article, or some of it. It reads, a top executive in the National Enquirer tabloid empire proposed an elaborate scheme to secretly funnel more than $1 million to accused rapist and pedophile R. Kelly, according to documents and audio recording. The payment to Kelly would have rewarded the jail R&B singer's cooperation with a televised documentary series that Dylan Howard was hoping to produce for the Enquirer's parent company, America Media, Inc., and sell to a network. The 37-year-old Howard, who used to be editor of the Enquirer and is now a senior vice president at AMI, negotiated over several months with Kelly's representative, Don Russell, according to material reviewed by the Daily Beast. During one of their conversations, which was tape recorded, Howard suggested forming a shell company and using secret licensing agreements to hide payoffs to Kelly. He said AMI would then market the docuseries as independent of Kelly, an object of national revulsion who is accused of sexually abusing girls as young as 13. In quotes, it says, no network is going to buy or pay Mr. Kelly. They simply won't do that. They are not going to take up the public relations hit associated with doing business with him. Howard can be heard explaining to Russell in the recording of the phone call, which was authenticated by the Daily Beast. Obviously, in quotes also, we would be embedded with you. It's not as if it's really independent, but it has to be sold to the market as independent. Howard continued, how do you profit? And goes on to say, I license music from you. I license locations from you, such as homes, etc. And that is how you get profit participation in such a production, because no network is even going to allow a production company's books to show on their books that there is a money trail going to you. So you would have to be a production company through a shell company through to whatever company is designated on your end for licensing of locations, licensing of music, and other things we can creatively come up with. On the call, Russell relayed Kelly's interest in striking a deal, citing mushrooming legal costs for the I Believe I Can Fly singer, who at the time was jailed on state sex crime charges and about to be indicted by federal authorities. We are dealing with an important and embattled artist who everyone counts on his ability to generate revenue, Russell said. So I got to make sure that if we are doing this, that then is considered by all parties, that we have to make sure he can pay legal fees, bills, and all that kind of stuff, Russell added. Because that puts him back into position for next steps down the road, which is the movie of R. Kelly once he reigns supreme with this. Russell then told Howard, I'm sure you guys will want to have the first crack at that. In a written statement to the Daily Beast, Howard said the discussion stemmed from a pitch by Kelly's camp and went no further than general exploratory discussions between them and myself and was never advanced internally at American Media. During these conversations with them, I outlined myriad challenges, including the scope of seriousness of the allegations against Mr. Kelly, the necessity that the production be an objective portrayal, and the conceptual difficulties in the fly-on-the-wall approach to Kelly's legal defense, Howard said. No final decisions were made between them and I on how a deal would be structured. Had a deal been pursued, I obviously would have made sure that any music used was licensed or sought location releases. The suggestion that had a deal been pursued, I would have misrepresented the transaction to potential outlets is both pure speculation and false. Kelly's Chicago-based criminal defense attorney Stephen Greenberg said he visited the singer in jail on Monday and asked him for comment. Greenberg told the Daily Beast, this is literally what he said. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I don't have any fucking idea. I don't know anything about it. People are always trying to do stuff, make money, cut a deal, and tell me they got this opportunity. The lawyer added, there are always people trying to capitalize on the fact that they know R. Kelly. Russell, a longtime associate of Kelly, who described himself as his manager in the spring, denied the conversations happened. Me and Dylan never spoke in that capacity in regards to a docuseries or anything with R. Kelly, he said in a phone call on Monday. I don't know Dylan in that capacity. I didn't come in to negotiate deals, Russell added, claiming he was trying to promote Kelly's side of the story to the media. I don't know Dylan in any capacity of negotiating anything with him outside of shining a light on the fact that there are a lot of untruths in what they were about to be printing, and they backed down and didn't run with it. Before hanging up, Russell made a threat. I'm going to tell you something. Publish the story. If I receive any negative backlash in business, I'm coming after you personally. Now, you can take that however you choose, my brother. Have a nice one. The authenticity of the audio recording was confirmed by Robert Mayer, a professor of computer engineering at Montana State University, Bozeman, who performed a spectrographic analysis to produce a spectrogram, a graph that can be used to compare fundamental frequency, pronunciation, cadence, and range of pitch between two samples. There is no way to prove with 100% confidence that talkers in two different recordings are the same individual, but the audio comparison points to the likelihood that this is the case, Mayer said. In addition to the calls, there was a flurry of email activity during the months of negotiations between Howard and Russell that showed Howard was insistent that AMI could not directly pay Kelly, according to documents reviewed by the Daily Beast. On the recorded call, Howard stressed to Russell that Kelly is a lightning rod, and thus, in order to get a TV outlet to bite, they would need to hide any paper trail. No one is going to touch him. The only people that are going to touch him are independent media companies that will take the risk because they know that it's a good story. And on the flip side, the story will be monetizable, Howard explained. So you're not going to get A&E, Lifetime, TLC, CBS, anyone throwing a cent at you. That's why we've got to structure it in a way. I'm saying we got to structure it, Howard insisted. Let's not exchange emails about this, Howard also advised Russell. Let's just jump on another call and go over the finite points that you come up with when we can continue discussions. Former federal prosecutor and Chief Assistant New York District Attorney Daniel R. Alonso, now a corporate lawyer, told the Daily Beast that while creating a shell company to hide a monetary transaction isn't necessarily illegal, concealing such details from a party to the transaction, in this case, a television outlet, could constitute fraud depending on the circumstances. If they were hiding the true destination of the proceeds of the deal in order to deceive a counterparty into entering into the deal or parting with the proceeds, Alonso said, that starts to look a lot more like fraud. And the fraud allegation would have had far-reaching consequences. The article continues on and on, going through stuff about Trump and the political things that AMI was also involved in, from what I can tell. But I think the crux of the article with regard to R. Kelly really just explains further how the deceit and the illegal ways that they go about getting things done is still going on. This happened before the federal indictments came down, but he had already been in jail. I think they said he was in jail at the time for the state charges, and when the initial phone calls took place. And Don Russell, his name has been all up and through this scandalous mess. He's been on people's YouTube channels. He's been accused in other areas of threatening people and things of that nature. So this is actually proof of that. They say they have an audio recording of him speaking with this executive from AMI. So it sounds to me like Don Russell has pretty much been outed publicly as someone who is being very unscrupulous, and he's doing things on behalf of R. Kelly, which I personally feel R. Kelly is behind a lot of things that are going on publicly, such as a lot of these YouTubers who have batteries in their back for him. I feel like maybe they're on some type of payroll or some type of an agreement with him. And also, you know, just some of the people who are on Twitter who ride hard for him. I feel like R. Kelly, his celebrity didn't shrink when he went to jail. It might even have gotten bigger in his head because of his arrogance. And he still sounds like he's up to his old tricks. And I don't think Don Russell would have made these moves without R. Kelly's knowledge. And I feel like he's probably going to get the blame, like he is the person who is one of the main culprits for having him put behind bars. But R. Kelly himself is the reason he's behind bars. And we stand by that. And nobody to blame but himself. And this right here is a bad look for him. Just like the YouTube channels that are out there trying to support him, but in actuality, a lot of the things that they say and do, such as lawsuits against some of the survivors and things like that, I think those things actually are a bad look for R. Kelly. They should just let the process do what it do and let these attorneys do what they do. But no, they want to get involved, and so here we go. But I just wanted to bring this to you. I'll put the link in the bio in case you want to read it for yourself. I know it's not that fun to listen to somebody read an article, but I thought it was important that I bring this to the table. Till next time, y'all. Oh, but before you go, of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Like this video. Let me know you were here, and go ahead and comment also. You know I'm here for it. Till next time. Peace.